Hola. At my big age of 19 years old, I still don't know how to drive. And I feel like this has caused me to develop a fear, not a fear, but like an uncomfortability with learning how to drive because I feel like since it's so late, I'm almost 20. I'll be 20 in like what, 4 or 5 months or something like that. And I think because it's gone like to the point where I'm now 19 and I still have never stepped foot behind the wheel of a car in my life, like ever, like nobody's car ever. I feel like that's caused me to almost delay myself from learning how to drive even more because I feel like now I'm even more nervous about it. And I know, like, when you're at least in, I think most states, you can get your permit at 15, I think, and you can get your license at 16 or something like that. But yeah, driving is bro, it low-key, because this is my thing, right? My thing is, like, imagine a car crash can happen anytime, anywhere. Like, imagine I learn how to drive and that's the way I end up dying. Like, I would be so pissed. Like, I'd be like, what do you mean I got in my car and I got into a car crash and I died? Like what? But that's besides the point. And I feel like that's one of the reasons why I'm afraid to drive, is because like literally anything could happen and I could get in a crash. But like literally I need a car and I need to learn how to drive to be able to adult, right? To be able to do adult things. Like, I can't Uber forever, plus I'm broke, you know what I mean? So I feel like just in the long run it would be more financially smart for me to have a car and know how to drive, especially where I live in the suburbs. Like, I don't live in like a city area. Like, I need a car to be able to get places. And yeah, I mean, ever since I was, I think, 15 or something, I've been wanting to get my license, but it's never something that my parents encouraged, so I never got it, you know what I mean? And I know that a lot of people, they don't have a license either, and they probably, were told like, oh, it's not really important right now to learn how to drive and everything. But I think now, just looking at it now, because I don't even know how to drive, I never stepped foot behind the wheel, I feel like I am gonna either it could go two ways. Either I would have to pay for driving lessons or like driving school, which is what I'm probably gonna have to end up doing, or I can have a friend teach me how to drive. But I think I'd rather do the driving school. But yeah, I don't know. But me and my friend are saying both though. I was like, hey, we should both get our licenses together because we both can't drive. But I think I'm feeling like, you know how like when you're younger and it's like, oh, you're 15, you're 16, and you're finally that age where you can like you finally can learn how to drive, and you just have the drive to get your license and everything. I was like that too, but I feel like now, since it's been so long, I don't have that drive anymore to want to learn how to drive. Like, I don't want to get my license and I don't want to drive. Like, I don't have the motivation to get my license, and I feel like that's a problem because I need to learn to know how to drive, at least the area where I'm in. And at this big age, like, what do you mean I'm 19 and I can't drive? That's low-key embarrassing. But yeah, I just think that me waiting so long to drive and not really being encouraged by my parents, and like, you know, being told like, oh, it's not really a necessity. Like, I feel like I don't have that urge to get my license. You know what I mean? And I feel like it's also made me even more scared to drive because I feel like the longer I wait, the more I'm not gonna want to drive. But I know people who've gotten their licenses at like 21, 22, so I feel like I'm not that behind, but I feel like most people have their license by now, like at age 19, or I don't know. But that's not what this is about. This is about me being like a little nervous to drive, a little scared. Yeah, I don't know. My biggest fear is just like me getting in the car and then crashing and then dying. Like, that's like, if it, I know we all have to die one day, but if that's the way I die, I'm gonna be so pissed. Like, I'm gonna be so pissed. Cause what do you mean? An 18-wheeler hit me and now I'm in heaven? Like, what? But yeah, there was a point when I was in my freshman year, I think, of college, when I was on campus, where I was thinking about like going and getting my license and like doing like a driving ed, but the thing was I was broke and I know it costs money to do that. I don't know, bro. I think I was just coming up with excuses on why not to drive, because you see accidents happen every day, and you see people get into these car crashes and people die from it, or they come out severely injured, and I know a lot of the times, like, you kind of have to drive for yourself and other people because other people don't know how to drive. Like, and I fear I'm gonna be one of those bad drivers that, like, mess it up for everybody on the road. Like, I don't know, bro. Like, I just don't want to be one of those people. I'm gonna get one of those stickers where it's like, new driver, please, like, be patient because I just know. I already know. And I already know there's like, the highway, bro. Oh my God. The highway genuinely scares me. I don't know, like, the first, if and when I am able to drive, probably the first 6 months of me driving, I'm not getting on the highway, like, unless I have to, which I don't think I'll have to. But the highway genuinely scares me because I feel like you just have, like, it's just so, no, I just can't. I can't. I don't think I will. But I'm the reason I'm saying this is because I feel like I'm about to turn 20, and that's like a whole new decade. That's like a new era for me. Like your 20s, you know what I mean? My teen years low-key sucked, but like I feel optimistic about my 20s because I feel like that's when you're like truly independent, and that's when you truly, because, like, how people are like, oh, your teen years are your best years. Nah, I mean, for some people they might be, but I feel like for me, my 20s, I feel very optimistic about my 20s because, I feel like your 20s, you're still young, right? And you're like independent by yourself. Like, you're not like with your parents, but you're still young and you're kind of learning about life on your own, and you're like, independent, and just doing whatever. I don't know, bro. But yeah, but I do want to get my license soon, but I'm just gonna have to take driving lessons, driver's ed or whatever it's called. But I don't know. I think I want to do it with my friend because my friend doesn't know how to drive either. So I'm gonna be like, yo, we should both study for our driver license together. Like, I don't know, bro. But it's like, you see all these people, like, it seems so scary at first, but then you see, like, your friend driving and your parents driving and all these people on the road, so you're thinking, like, it can't be that hard. I feel like it's kind of like riding a bike. Like, like, when you've never ridden a bike before and it seems like, oh, I'm gonna crash, I'm gonna die, like, it's so scary. I feel like driving a car is like riding a bike, where you just kind of have to, like, do it to get used to it. I just don't want to crash. Like, really the only thing. The main thing is I don't want to crash my car. Like, I'm gonna be so pissed if I crash. But yeah, that's all. We gonna get this license sooner or later. Actually, I don't know when, but yeah, peace out.